What if the tears at a funeral weren't real? What if every sob, every embrace, every broken whisper was just an act? I thought I was helping strangers grieve, but I was really performing in a killer's theater. Didn't start out thinking this would be my life. There was a time I was chasing auditions, doing regional theater, TV commercials, or the occasional student film. Thought I could make it. But after a year of silence, of waiting by the phone, of hoping for a call that never came, my savings ran out. I had to move home. And that's when a Craigslist ad found me. Mourners wanted, must show emotion on cue, cash paid same day. Showed up at Kendry Sons Funeral Services, not knowing what to expect. The building was squat and brick, tucked between a payday loan office and a shuttered convenience store. Here weren't any sons, just Kendry, a thin, gaunt man with skin like parchment, gray eyes that never quite focused, and a smell of bleach and smoke that seemed to cling to him. He didn't smile. He didn't ask me questions. He just handed me a folded sheet with the time of the service and said, "You show up, you cry, you don't ask questions. Families want to feel their loved one mattered. That's where you come in." His first funeral was awkward. A woman in her 70s, cancer. Her children gathered around, whispering, hugging her pictures, patting the casket. Sat near the front, holding a tissue, trying not to overdo it, trying to get the crying right without looking ridiculous. My chest ached, and the tears came slowly at first, then faster, until my face was damp and my hand shaking from holding the tissue. Tea felt wrong, but also strangely satisfying. I was helping, in a small way, making the grief feel fuller, less empty. Tea was a long first day, but as we were wrapping up, Kendry handed me an envelope of cash. I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Relief. After a few more funerals, I started getting used to the rhythm. Arrive, sit near the front, dab at my eyes, offer comfort when a family member came close. Days it still felt wrong. My chest would tighten when I saw the casket, or when someone's wailing echoed down the small hall. Started noticing things. Not about the funerals themselves, but about the routine. How Kendry moved quietly between rooms, adjusting flowers, making notes. And then there was the man. Tall, thin, always standing across the street just beyond the windows, smoking or shifting his weight from foot to foot. He never came inside. He never spoke, just watched. Again and again. Weeks passed. I began to sink into the routine, almost forgetting the man outside entirely. One funeral stood out, a doctor or so I thought. Handsome, calm, too precise. He spoke politely, nothing dramatic, but I remembered his face. Week later, I saw him again, on a television commercial for Arby's. Grinning, perfect teeth, same face, same voice. He wasn't a doctor. He was just like me, an actor. If he had been pretending, that meant everyone else in that sparse room could have been paid to be there as well. That's when it hit me. Some funerals were entirely fake. Every person in the room, an actor. His bodies were real, but the grief was staged. Started checking the names online, obituaries, GoFundMe pages, social media, nothing. It was like these people had never existed outside the funeral home. I noticed the tall man again, standing in his usual corner watching, not the funeral home, but those particular quiet services. And slowly, piece by piece, it dawned on me. He wasn't a neighbor. He wasn't a distant relative. He was the reason the funerals existed, the killer. The quiet services, the missing records, Kendry's meticulous handling of the bodies, all of it revolved around him. My stomach turned. Every tear I had shed, every comforting word, every tissue I had dabbed, it had been part of his game. Realized then that I had been playing my part in a killer's theater, and that the man outside wasn't just watching. He was orchestrating it all, enjoying it from across the street. He quit the next morning, told Kendry I couldn't do it anymore. He didn't argue, just gave me a flat smile, like he'd been waiting. "I'm going to the cops tomorrow. Gonna fix this all up, but tonight's been strange. Feel like I've heard noises outside my place. A few times I could swear I even saw the tall man. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. I'm just worried I know what comes next."